Hi all of you, this is Ashwin. I welcome you all to Shanmugam IAS Academy and I welcome you all for current events of the day. Let us take up the topics for today's discussion: Afghan peace process in India, the advantages of work from anywhere, the ill effects of job reservation for locals, concerns associated with the local reservation laws. So let us take up the first one, that is Afghan peace process and India. The US is set to leave Afghan as per the mandates of the Afghan peace process. So, to keep the Afghan from Taliban terrorists, the US has launched its troops over there in the Afghan to keep the Afghan in a peaceful manner. So here India is a neighbor country to Afghan and India is also doing several things for the betterment of Afghan. So it is a good situation and a good time for India to focus on Afghan peace process and take a good momentum in the world forum also. So let us take up and discuss the peace process. The peace process in Afghanistan is witnessing a crucial moment in its history. In a recent development, Mr. Blinken's letter. So Mr. Blinken is a US Secretary of the State. He has addressed the President Ashraf Ghani, who is Afghanistan President. It confirmed the US intention to fully withdraw all forces from Afghanistan as per the Doha Agreement. So in Doha Agreement, it was in the previous year it was done as Mr. Donald Trump has engaged with this agreement. He has told and witnessed that he will be taking the troops out from the Afghanistan, which was claimed in the Doha Agreement. So withdrawal of the US from the state will worsen the security situation because Taliban also are willing to hold the office of property of or the government of Afghanistan. So Taliban terrorists will not hold that office. So the people should be treated democratically over there. That is what the willingness of India also. So because India following the first policy, neighborhood first policy. So what is the dilemma faced by US? So the US maintains that its objective is to bring about a just and durable peace through political negotiation. It wants Afghanistan to remain united, sovereign, and democratic. It was its willingness, but when it takes out its troop from Afghanistan, Taliban will be getting a position over Afghanistan government. So it will be a contradiction over here for US. Mr. Biden, who is a new president for US for 2021, has said that Pakistan is strategically more important to the US than Afghanistan. So here to take up the troops from Afghanistan, US need to follow the terms of Pakistan. There are some terms prescribed by Pakistan. So it is also create some struggles because US is strategically needs Pakistan for its importance. So that is why it's creating a contradiction with Pakistan. So here instead of pressuring Pakistan, the US is seeking Afghan support for power sharing arrangement with Taliban. We all know that when US takes its troops from Afghanistan, Taliban will be holding the office of property of Afghanistan. So what is the current plan? The US government is advocating the new inclusive government in Afghanistan. So they are ready to take up the troops from Afghanistan so that they are giving an inclusive new government. This government will supporting that 50% of share of the government will be held by this Taliban and the 50% will be held by the Taliban government with a president, with a prime minister. So Ashraf Ghani, who is Ashraf Ghani is the prime minister now. Ghani is now asked to work closely with a broad consultative group to build consensus for negotiations with the Taliban and power sharing, governance and essential supporting principles. What are the implications of India? So India is doing and following the neighborhood first policy. So it will not regret the followings of the Afghanistan government. It is also building a stadium. It is also building some kind of water dams, and it is also build its second largest water dam in Afghanistan. So let us take up the next one, that is related to advantages of work from anywhere. So because of COVID-19, we all are under lockdown, we on curfew in India, so we are not able to go work, and because the gathering was absolutely banned. So work from anywhere will be a good opportunity for everyone. So nowadays the very educated and talented young youths of India are willing to work in abroad to earn much money and to increase the foreign exchange of our country. So what is the plan right now? In the past year, we were supposed to be in Trump's administration. The America was in Trump's administration. The whole world was likewise. So the Trump neglected, Mr. President, former president of USA, neglected that everyone should have H1B visa, then only they can work in America. So Indians population was very much higher, so he was likely to reduce the population of Indians over there in America. So now it is creating a very much opportunity. Indians don't need any H1B visas to be in America. They can earn the same money by being in the own country, that is India, because we are having the internet connectivity. So work from anywhere will be possible, and the acceptance of H1B visa is not much needed. So TC is also doing much thing. Likewise, they are considering the 25 by 25 labors, which means they will be employing 25% of labors in their companies offline mode, and 25% will be in online mode. They will be working out like this. The Harvard Business School has identified this implementation of TCS. This model enables TCS clients to access the best talent within TCS independent of location of talent. So even a remote village youth who is having a degree and who is willing to work in TCS can work with internet connection at home. So this was the first model. And the model also offers TCS employees an opportunity to simultaneously work on multiple projects around the globe. It doesn't require relocation to the client site or worrying about immigration. So when you have to immigrate, you need H1B visa while working in America. But TCS is a very broad company, or very, very well-known company in India. So work at TCS, even if you are being in a remote village, you can work with online. The ill effects of job reservation for locals. So recently the Haryana government has announced that 75% of its local jobs will be given up to the local people. I mean the people of Haryana. So this reservation will be affecting the economy only, and it will not be giving much importance to the other Indian people, because Haryana is a single state. It is implementing its 75% reservation. So the Haryana State Employment of Local Candidates Act 2020, which is the act which seeks to provide 75% job reservation for local people in private sector jobs. It is not in government sector, it is only in private sector. The reservation is ensured on jobs having salaries less than 50,000 a month. A person who is holding, as per the recommendation in the 75% offer, he should have the minimum salary below 50,000. If it is more than 50,000, this 75% of a reservation will not be responsible or will not be given. Apart from Haryana, states such as Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh also tried to provide job reservations for locals. Few major provisions of Haryana's law. What are these provisions says in the law? Firms and companies need to register all of their employees receiving a gross salary of 50,000 or less on government portal and update it regular intervals. So it will be creating some assurance, because when it is updated in the government portal, it will be a transparent one. An exemption can be claimed by employees when there are enough number of local candidates are not available for works like skill, qualifications and proficiency. So it is not applicable when it needed a desired skill, qualification and proficiency. However, an officer of the rank of deputy commissioner or higher will evaluate such claim. So it will be evaluated by a deputy commissioner. What are the issue with job reservation locals? So here, guys, we have to note down that Article 19 Class 1G, Article 16 Class 2 is very important regarding reservation. The political people, the politicians seeking to acquire more number of votes and popularity among people, then for that only they are imposing such kind of reservation. So this reservation enshrined in Article 19 and Article 16, reservation is not applicable. So regarding the reservation, we are having some articles, you have to study about that. In Article 19, right to freedom of profession or right to carry on any occupation or trade or business is given in Article 19. So we are having that right in Article 19. In Article 16 Class 2, the state should not discriminate. So here you have to note that based on religion, race, caste, sex, descent, place of birth, residence or any of them should not be discriminated for giving the jobs. The law imposes difficult unargumentative responsibilities on key personnel of firms in the state. The law creates barriers for businesses. So when this law is imposed, it will be creating much amount of barriers because most of the companies will not be implementing their projects in the reservation given areas or states because they will be needed some amount of encouragements and they will be seeking undiscriminatory employments. Apart from that, the government will have the power to enter firms premises for inspections. So they will be inspecting. The inspector rod system can apply here because when a 75 percentages reservation is not followed in any company, government will be inspecting them and they will be fining them. The penalty goes up to 2 lakhs rupees. So the most of the companies will not be doing their projects in the reservation established states. So it will be ultimately affecting the state's economy and the GDP of the country also. Impact on the entire country. The law will be an example for more such laws from state governments. This will lead to mass departure of investors from India. So FDI will not be over there. So foreign direct investment is that which will not be implementing the projects in the reservation implemented areas. The law is completely against the Prime Minister vision also. So what our Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi says that Ek Hi Bharat Shrestha Bharat is a slogan which is ultimately told by our Prime Minister. That is one nation, one market. It will not be creating one nation, one market system. So concerns associated with the local reservation laws. So enactment of local reservation laws by states would have a negative impact on low-income internal migrants. Laws will also go through the constituency test. So I have told already we are having Article 16 and Article 19 class 1 in which we should not discriminate anybody to give the jobs. What is the background? There have been numerous instances of subnational nativism. So here we have to note this important things for our mains perspective. Milky rules in Nizam ruled Hyderabad in the late 19th century. Anti-South Indian movements in Bombay in 1960s. Sons of Soil movement in Assam. So these people are wanted their own native people to be employed and to live and to locate in that specific state or a place. However, rarely we saw a formal law supporting local reservation, as we have saw some of the laws in the things, which means the politicians used subnational nativism just to voters to attract the voters. They are implementing this reservation. We all know that in the constitution also prohibits the discrimination based on birth. So it should not be given the local reservation. So that is what the true one. Nonetheless, a rise in the enactment of local reservation laws is witnessed in India also. Reason local reservation laws. Likewise, this 75% of job reservation given in Andhra Pradesh, which has been now implemented in Haryana to attract the people over there. So problems with the local reservation laws. So constitutionality test. It has failed in the constitutionality test because we are having Article 16 and Article 19 as we have discussed in the previous current affair also. Please note down, which will be very important for our mains and coming prelims also. So please make a note on it. Flawed objective. One of the aims is to control interstate migrants, but Census 2011 shows that the majority of migrants is intrastate. So the migrants are intrastate, they will not be having much amount of work availability when this reservation is being implemented. So we have to note here the important flaws. Depriving state of cheap labor, yes. A plight of low income migrants. He or she already faces the challenge of uncertain job and portable job security. Now another obstacle of native laws is placed in front of them. So it is one of the bad situation for the migrants. Discriminatory criteria, as per the article says, it is also a discriminatory one. Parallel markets. There is a fear of development of fake local resident certificate markets in order to get within a state. So corruption commission can happen here. It will lead to the improvement in the corruption. So these all are the things that we have for today's current events. Let us meet you on tomorrow's session. Thank you for watching.